I was fortunate enough that my mom bought me a computer as a kid that I had in home. So I had an HP computer. It was early, back when we used to use floppy disks. So I was always into computers. I wasn't a computer engineer or anything like that, but
even our hands are tools. You see, if you don't use your hand, this is one of the laws of the universe, anything you don't use, you lose. Because my legs were immobile for just 14 days, my leg was already useless to me. Imagine if I'm there for 1 year. That make us happy at the end of the day. But even if we reverse that, if it make us happy, if it doesn't serve people, it's also going to be useless because you are not going to pay yourself like you said. So what is the verdict? The verdict would be that first, know that you have a mission in this world. Know that you are important to the community. Then the question is, what can you do? If you know what you can do that fulfill that mission, what can it do for people? If we can satisfy this equation, then your life will be good almost all the time. If you have a lot of money, you will be happy. If you have less money, you will still be happy because you are doing your service, which is going back to what Muhammad Ali said. Service to other is a rent we pay here on earth. Not how much money, not how less money, but happy people. And if you really help people, money will come. All right. Having said that, Quintel, let's come to AI because that is another tool again. Of course, even though people don't see that to be tool, but that is what it is. How did you get into AI? From philosophy, business, and AI. Tell us about the trajectory.
So I'm gonna go back as far as I can think to let you know, to bring it up, and it's gonna be fast. I was fortunate enough that my mom bought me a computer as a kid that I had in home. So I had an HP computer. It was early, back when we used to use floppy disks. So I was always into computers. I wasn't a computer engineer or anything like that, but I knew that's what I wanted. You know, I like video games, but I wasn't a gamer. But I like computers because I always saw it as a tool. Right? I'm an only child, so I was always figuring out. I had to occupy myself. So I'm either figuring out games on the computer, I'm figuring out word processing. Like I'm just trying all the things on the computer. Then the internet came out. And so now I'm on the internet all the time. So I spent a lot of time learning from people who already knew more about me when it came to computers. Fast forward to college, I had a newer computer in college. So I basically never stopped working on the computer. So I always would use it. That's why I got hired for the government, right? I was good at doing analytics and then breaking it down, putting it into spreadsheets, and then over to my managers, processing cases for claims and things like that. So I'm always close to the computer and I'm always online. And when it comes to AI, I started when it opened up, ChatGPT dropped for everybody to use in 2022. I was already using automations is what they call it. And a lot of times we don't know, but we've already been using some level of AI. At my juice bar, I had to do everything and doing inventory, training, marketing, all those types of things. And so when AI dropped, I already knew because the people who are smarter than me have already used this, that it would be helpful to me. So as soon as it became available, I started using it for my business because I needed to be able to do other things like mostly things around like marketing and formatting some documents. And AI just made that a lot easier. So I've been using it from day one as far as ChatGPT. But prior to that, I was using automations through the government, through spreadsheets, and through marketing, email marketing. So in email marketing, they have automations that can send follow-up emails. So you see what it looks like on the back end of an email sequence. If a person clicks this, it gets this email. If they don't click in 3 days, they get another email. If they do click, then they get, you can see how all of the pieces start to work together. And it started to help my mind wrap around how much easier doing my business is if I use these automations. And AI is just a very fluid way to automate a lot of processes in business. So I started using them and implementing them into my cafe for marketing, for my inventory. Like that was a really big thing. Doing a juice bar, I got fresh produce coming in every day. We got to be able to track this. managing my sales, managing my team. So that's how I got into AI, just by always being on the computer. And then when it opened up in my business, it helped me alleviate some of all of the things I had to work on.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And I think I want us to spend a few more seconds there. And the reason is that I want you to help us demystify the idea for people, because some people don't see AI as a tool. Therefore, they are scared of it sometimes, and therefore they don't even know where to start. But I like to tell people that computer is a tool. AI is a tool. What is a tool? A tool is that thing that you use to help you do things easier and faster. Even our hands are tools. You see, if you don't use your hand, this is one of the laws of the universe. Anything you don't use, you lose. If you don't use your hands, you might not physically lose them, but you will lose the utility of it, which is you will not be able to use it anymore. If you have been sick, this has happened to me. Of course, I know it happened to a lot of people. I was in a coma for 14 days in the hospital. When I came out, just 14 days. I'm not saying 1 month. When I came out, I couldn't walk. When I put my leg on the floor, it looked as if the entire building is moving around, along with me. So I had to do physiotherapy before I could walk again. Which is to say, because my legs were immobile for just 14 days, my leg was already useless to me. Imagine if I am there for 1 year. So many people, unfortunately, even keep their brain for like 20 years, just consuming information, not able to renew their brain. And then they wonder, but why am I not able to think like this? But you need to, first of all, rewire your brain for your brain to function the way you want it to function. So your brain, your leg, your head, your eyes, all these are tools that make the machine work. Okay, when you take that away from the human body, you need to understand that everything that we have in front of us, the cutlass, the gun, the computer, the internet, they are all tools. I'm making it very simple for us to understand, for you that are listening, for you that is listening, to understand that when we talk about AI, we're not talking about something that have come to consume you, something that have come to steal you, something that have come with you, so woo-woo, whatever you want to call it. It is a tool. If it is a tool, what do you do with that tool? So the question I'm asking you, Quintel, where should they start from? Because now, let's pretend they understand that it is a tool. If they understand that, where should they start from? Because many people still do not know even where to start from, unfortunately.
So I agree that it is a tool, and if you agree that it's a tool, then you have to apply it to your business. Tools get you leverage. Leverage looks like speed. Leverage looks like ease. It gets more time. Leverage gets you more output or more outcomes from less input. That's what leverage is all about. So if you want to use AI in your business, where you're going to start with is not with the problem, not with the tool. You're going to start with what is the goal that you want. And I break it down into what I call a 4O flywheel. And so the first O is the outcome. Like, what kind of outcome are you trying to get for your business? Are you trying to grow an audience?